Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Thursday, November the 17th, 2022, and I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach. We are here to go over the Thursday night football slate for this Thursday, and of course, I think we know who's playing based on the hoodie that my friend here, Josh Crash Davis, has on. Steven is stuck in traffic again, so you've got, instead of the Three Stooges, you got just Mo and Curly here for the podcast. But how you doing, Crash? You ready for the Packers tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely ready for the big game. Hoping to carry some momentum from the Sunday game and keep it rolling for the rest of the second half of the season. But it all has to start tonight. If they lose tonight, then the season's pretty much over for all intents and purposes. So pretty big game tonight in Lambeau Field.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we'll see what if they can bounce back to that form that they showed at the end against the Cowboys last game. So.
Right.
And I can say that because I'm a Cowboys fan, by the way, for any Cowboys fans out there. But anyway, David Dulac, I see in there. I put him in timeout in basketball. It didn't carry over, it looks like, David.
Who's not a real Packers fan? What? I saw that comment.
Let's see. Hey, Rosé's in there. Absolute Power. How you doing, my friend? I should get a ticket and a sweatshirt for that timeout.
Yeah.
It made my day. Deb yesterday, David today. So who's tomorrow is the question.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. All right. Great to see everybody in here. Appreciate all of you. And we're going to dive into this and get it done so we can get on. We've still got somehow 3 hours until NBA lock.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. But not so much for football, as that's going to be coming right around the corner here. So quick game set for you, Crash. It is the Tennessee Titans at 6-3 against your Green Bay Packers, 4-6. It is only 27 degrees in chilly Lambeau Field and 12 to 14 mile an hour wind from the west. Little chance of snow, but not a big one. And it has created a line that favors the Green Bay Packers. It's -3 for the Packers in this game. The inactives, real quickly, they were posted here on Roto Wire. So thank you to Roto Wire. Inactives for Tennessee: Bullock, Dupree, Hooker, Ben Jones, and Naquan Jones, Molden, and Rader. For Green Bay, it's Campbell, of course, Romeo Dobbs, Ford, Jean Charles, Tenuta, and Walker are out, not active for this game.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you thinking overall? What's the outlook as far as how you see the game script here? Nobody knows the Packers better than you. What are you looking forward to? How you doing, Garage Junkie Productions, King of Smack, everybody jumping in here. Rosé Miller, Absolute Power, all of our friends. What do you got, Crash?
Yeah, I heard a statistic today. The Titans haven't allowed more than 17 points in like the last 5 or 6 games in a row.
Wow.
So I think we should definitely expect a lower scoring game. The Packers will have to win mainly on the ground, in my opinion. And I know that the Titans are really tough against the run, but when the Packers have been successful this year, the few times they've really been able to get the ground game going with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. So to me, that's kind of the key for them. And then for the Titans, I think if they can get enough from Derrick Henry, but also a little bit from their passing game to kind of keep the Packers defense balanced, that's going to be the key. So whichever team, the Titans have a tough run defense, the Packers have a tough pass defense. So it's kind of a strength on strength here. And whichever, side of that comes out ahead of the other, then I think that's the team that wins the game. So if the Titans passing game or the Packers running game, whichever wins that matchup, that's who wins the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you think the weather's going to play a factor, the cold and somewhat breezy?
Yeah, I think it will. it's not fun to tackle, really even Aaron Jones, but especially AJ Dillon and Derrick Henry in that kind of weather. So it's going to be, there could be some business decisions made tonight.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. No doubt about it. Let's take a quick glance at ownership. There's some questions popping up there on chat if you want to hit those, and I'll refresh and call up the ownership for us.
Okay.
Did you see some of the questions?
Yeah. So, okay. Randall Cobb is a trap mostly, but at 200. Yeah. On DraftKings at 200, I don't think you really have anything to worry about. I mean, if he catches 2 or 3 passes, he's going to go over that number at $200. I mean, you don't really need much of anything. And that's
isn't that just an automatic free square?
I would think so. I mean, that's Aaron Rodgers' most trusted target.
Right.
And then as far as on the Christian Watson thing, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's going to get 3 touchdowns, but I do think he'll get a lot of targets. I mean, they haven't really had him all year. So if he can stay healthy, I think he opens up so much because he plays the MVS role where he's able to take the defense deep. And if they can keep doing that, even just to keep the defense honest, I think it's a huge thing for them. So I don't think they'll go away from him. I think they'll want to keep building off of the trust that they've built a little bit in this last game between Rodgers and Watson. And like I said, I don't expect 3 touchdowns, but I think maybe 6 or 7 receptions, 70 or 80 yards is well within the possibility.
Nice. Great call, by the way, last week on him. He was the key to me cashing for sure with that monster game. And it was good to see. Definitely made a difference. And I think we had him in our 2 brains lineup too, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
I made sure we put him anywhere that we could. So
yeah, that was outstanding. All right. As far as ownership goes, here's where we stand at the moment. I'm going to refresh even one more time because I'm a little surprised at some of it. We know Derrick Henry was going to be Chalk City, and he is. But it's unbelievable how chalky he is. Would you believe 79% on DraftKings?
Yeah. I mean, he has to be, because if he doesn't get it going, then like I said, the Packers' pass defense is really tough. They've allowed about 159 yards passing per game at home.
Yeah.
So really tough pass defense.
Here's what
the
stinks
defense suffered. So, yeah.
Right. The thing that stinks for me is it seems like you have to play Derrick Henry and you have to play Randall Cobb. So I would think almost everybody is going to eventually end up with both of those guys.
Yeah.
And so you really got to get smart with the remainder of the players, because obviously at $200 on DraftKings, that the ball was dropped there.
Right.
7,500 on FanDuel. So at least, you got to think about it there. But so that makes it tough for me, because even as a chalk block, as we've talked in the past, if you play Henry and he doesn't do as great, 8 or 8.5 of the 10 people you're going against are going to have the same scenario. So it's going to be all the guys other than Henry, than Cobb, probably, that make the difference. But here's the other ownership crash. Aaron Jones, 57 projected. Your man Aaron Rodgers, 56.5. Lazard at 43. Tannehill at 40, which is very respectable. The aforementioned Christian Watson is 29%. Not that bad. I thought he'd even be chalkier.
Yeah.
This is interesting, though. AJ Dillon, 27%. So not bad. And then go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just clearing my throat.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Burks and Woods, Crosby are all 26%. Randall Cobb now 25%. I don't know why. He should be 100% at $200. The Packers defense, I'm interested to see what you have to say about that. They're 23% owned right now. And then you have Tanyan, the tight end, obviously 22.5%. The kicker, Lambeau, is 17%. And really after that, it goes down from there. So my question is, as we break this down, is other than Henry and Cobb, where are you focusing in on to make the difference here?
I like Allen Lazard. I think that, they could use Watson and Cobb both as a little bit of a decoy at times. And Lazard has been the number one receiver for the Packers all season. So I don't see anything changing there. The Titans have really struggled against the pass. So I just think that in GPPs, my build right now is to stack the Packers and fade Derrick Henry. That's my build in GPPs. Now, in cash, I'm building around Jones and Henry both. So it's two different builds, but I could see Aaron Rodgers having a vintage Aaron Rodgers game, especially with Cobb back and the recent, connection with Watson, where he gets 350 passing yards. I think that could definitely happen. On the flip side of that, Aaron Jones has averaged just under 100 yards rushing per game at home, and AJ Dillon's averaged like 45, somewhere around there. So almost 150 yards average rushing per game. So if they're struggling against the run, that's where I think that, Aaron Rodgers is going to open it up. But if they get the run game going, then, it could be a heavy dose of Jones and Dillon like we saw Sunday, like we saw in Buffalo, like we saw against the Patriots earlier this year. To me, that's really their best way of winning, if they can get the run game going and then open up the play action pass. So
right. No, I agree with you. Todd Lives for Thursdays is in here with us. Looking for another W tonight for the Pack. So great to see you in there with us. King of Smack. He thinks both defenses are in play. Maybe he's expecting that cold, a little bit breezy weather.
Yeah, I've got 20-17 as my prediction. So Packers win 20-17. So I do think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I do think both defenses are in play. The Titans do have a couple injuries on the defensive side. Amani Hooker is out, and so is Bud Dupree. So and Naquan Jones and Elijah Molden are also out. I just now saw. So they do have some depth that's out, and then a couple starters in Dupree and Hooker. So there's going to be some opportunities there for the Packers that may not have been there for other teams recently. And I do think that the Titans, the way they win this game is if they're able to force some turnovers. So it's going to be I could see where, the defense really helps get the ball for the Titans, and then they're able to score some points, for a GPP type play. I don't mind that at all. So but I could see the same thing happening for Green Bay, where, the Packers intercept it and then they get easy points, on a short field. But I don't know that there's going to be a ton of points in this game. So the defenses do make some sense for sure.
It's hilarious. King of Smack also said 20-17 type of game. Wow. That's amazing. You guys nailed the exact same score. Sort of want to play that now. But how you doing, Jagakushti? He's saying, how about both kickers?
No, I don't really like the kickers in this game. And the reason why is because Lambeau Field's really tough to kick in, first of all, especially with this weather. And Mason Crosby's been dealing with a back injury. I don't know if you noticed, but on Sunday he wasn't doing the kickoffs. It was Ramit Inez. And so he hasn't been feeling great. And I don't think he's going to be kicking any long field goals. So if he's getting me, a couple field goals, they're probably going to be from 30 to 40 yards, not the 50 to 60 that we would really need to keep kickers. So, yeah.
Hello to somebody new. Web3 Arena NFTs Crypto. I don't remember that name ever.
I don't know if you've ever kicked a football in this kind of weather, but it's like kicking a rock. So
it is
really tough.
Definitely hurts. But welcome to Web3, or whoever is. I think it's your first time. Great to have you in there.
So,
yeah, great to have you in there. He's looking for some fantasy help. Well, that's what we're here for. Exactly that.
For season long? Is that what he means? He might be season long.
Yeah, could be. Let us know, Web3, so we can help you as much as we can. Does he have any other questions you see popping up there? I don't want to miss anything. Let's see. King of Smack thinks drop balls, fumbles. He's looking for that. Absolute Power says over game. So that's a little contrarian.
That is contrarian. I mean, last time they played, it was 40-14. And the thing with that is that game got away, kind of early. It was 19-0 before the Titans scored. So I don't really see that kind of game tonight. And I think it'll be more back and forth and more defensive oriented. So
excellent. Mr. Few, how you doing, man? Great to have you in here with us. I want to talk about the FanDuel ownership. Let's see if there's any major differences there. I just refreshed to make sure we have the latest. Henry, 77%. So again, Chalk City.
Yeah.
20-point drop in ownership to Aaron Rodgers at 57% on FanDuel.
Yeah.
Aaron Jonesy nips out at 56.7 projected. So Rodgers or Jones is probably going to be a decision a lot of people have to make. Lazard, as you said, fourth highest on FanDuel at 8,600 at 43%. Then you have Tannehill at 41%. So those five gathering the most interest. Then you have a big group in the 20s, Crash. Watson, Burks, Woods, Tanyan, Dillon, Crosby, Cobb, and then the Packers defense. And Lambeau getting more kicker love for sure at 17% there. So really, a lot of these times when we have these showdown slates, Crash, it seems like it's like, let's all pile on the offense or let's all pile on the defense and kickers. This one seems somewhat down the middle where you have to have a little representation of both sides of it.
I would agree. Yeah, I can definitely see that for sure.
Yeah. Mr. Few, Crash predicted 20-17, and that was out without knowing that King of Smack had put up 20-17. So I would say that that's the projected total, which would make it under the number, by the way. So very interesting. King of Smack is going to fade Jones.
He's my favorite play for this game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, why fade Jones? I take that back. Somebody else said they were going to fade Jones. What kind of cabs are you smoking? King of Smack wants to know. So Jones is your favorite play, huh?
Yeah, right, in cash, I'm playing with Jones in front of Henry. Yep.
Okay, so as far that answers that question, pay up player then. You're going Henry on
is number one,
and cash and Jones on GPP.
No, I'm going with Aaron Jones number one in cash and Aaron Rodgers number one in GPP.
Okay, I thought you were going to play Henry somewhere.
I am. I'm playing him in a flex position with Aaron Jones, but he's not my captain.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense right there. By the way, that reminds me, if you want full lineups for FanDuel and Yahoo from Crash and Steven for the NFL, you got to come and join. Grab a membership, jump in. We would love to have you. Go to dfscoachtalk.com. You can get a 1-week membership for as little as $9. So what money well spent if you want to cash in. We also give you a strong DraftKings core build, and we do that for all of our sports for our members. As you know, some of our podcasts are in front of the paywall. Some are behind the paywall for members only. This one, obviously, in front. On Sunday, though, with Steven and Crash, that will be a members-only podcast. So we want to encourage all these awesome people that jump in our podcast to give us a try at DFS Coach Talk. Best community around, absolutely the best people. We stay real positive. And anybody that's not positive, we pretty much chase them out. We want to have a good feel, a lot of camaraderie, a lot of upbeat folks. So, Mr. Few, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Darius Rucker, not going to sing tonight. I always want to sing when my Hootie and the Blowfish buddies comes in here. But good stuff, man. King of Smack also says Tennessee is going to want to pound at Green Bay. Definitely. It's going to be two different strategies in this game. Which one is going to prevail, I guess, is going to be the key. And Boy from Cali wants to remind everybody that you can't run against Tennessee, Crash. That's
they
what
said the same thing about Buffalo too. So we'll see.
we will see. They are fourth against the run, though. So something to think about. Something to think about.
I know. Buffalo was ranked number 1 when we played them against the run. So
okay. Yeah. Let's see. So we talked about FanDuel. Again, we went over most of those guys. Anything stand out to you, difference between the two, DraftKings and FanDuel, that makes you favor one or the other, or are you pretty much neutral tonight?
Yeah, the big difference with the two sites is with Randall Cobb. He's 7,500 on FanDuel, where he's 200 on DraftKings. That's the big difference. Yeah. I'm not going to play Cobb on FanDuel. So
DraftKings screwed up.
On this one. I like Robert Tonyan on FanDuel.
Okay.
He's a decent play instead of Cobb.
Yeah, and he's 5,800 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
And 7,000
on FanDuel.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're going to get less ownership on FanDuel because of that price, I would assume.
I would think so.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Also, if you're watching right now on YouTube, why don't you do that real quickly here? Because this is a pretty quick podcast. So we need to get a thumbs up if we could. We certainly appreciate that. And definitely hit that button so that you know when we post any podcast. That's up in the corner, that little alarm button. This way, when our live podcasts go up, you know it sends you a reminder. Everybody loses track of time, and you can jump in there and catch it. Web3 says they're missing some of their run stoppers to answer Boy from Cali.
Yeah, Tennessee is. So my GPP flyer plays for DraftKings are going to be Austin Hooper for Tennessee and Josiah DeGuara for Green Bay.
Okay. And give us a little feeling what the deal is on those guys.
Well, DeGuara, I could see them using him in just a little short. They run these little short screen type plays for him sometimes.
Okay.
And if the pass rush for Tennessee starts getting after Rodgers, I could see them using him because they're going to focus on Jones and Watson and Cobb and those guys. I also like Cobb in that kind of situation, but we already know he's 200, so he's going to be highly owned. So I think DeGuara is a nice low-owned play. Might even get a touchdown for us. And then Hooper, the tight end position, as I talked about last game with Dalton Schultz, which he did, some damage. Without Devondre Campbell in there, he's really the coverage guy for the Packers against tight ends. So they're number 1 in fantasy against tight ends, but that's largely because of Campbell. So without Campbell in there, I think it opens up a lot for Hooper. And they're going to have to get their passing game going because Green Bay will just stack the box. And I've seen Green Bay multiple times, even though they struggle against the run, if the offense that they're facing isn't balanced, they can shut down a guy like Derrick Henry. They did it last time. So
Right.
Yeah,
I think they're going to have to mix it up as well. No question about it. Joe K, how you doing, man? Great to have you in here with us. All right, so we've got the value play, we've got the pay up play, and you can distinguish between cash and GPP. Just who's your dead fade?
Tennessee receivers. I don't like any of them.
Okay.
Tennessee receivers.
And I guess along with that, pretty much then Tannehill.
Yeah. I mean, he had a long QB sneak play last time they played, and I could see him having some kind of a nice run like that. But outside of that, I mean, like I said, the Packers have only allowed 159 passing yards at home, and he's not a Dak Prescott or a Patrick Mahomes or somebody like that that's just going to come in there and light it up. So I wouldn't expect him to anyway at all. So
I agree, man. I do. Yeah. And don't forget here, we've got, let's see. So the kickoff's at what, 8:15 Eastern?
Yes. 8:15 Eastern. So we got a little over an hour or less than an hour. I mean,
yeah, a little less than an hour. And remember, members are going to get lineups from both Crash and Steven. Steven will be in place to place those lineups for you. So definitely give us a look. It's a great time to jump in for the week. This way you get all of the football Thursday and Sunday, and you got all the tons of basketball going on. We have 3 late games tonight.
For sure.
So you got plenty of time to get those, and then huge slates all weekend for the NBA. Have some weekend golf coming up tomorrow, all kinds of stuff going on here at Coach Talk. So it should be a really good weekend, and we've been hot. We had some winners, a couple takedowns on YAHOO last night. So great time to be part of the family here. All right, Crash, any final thoughts on this game?
Yeah, let me go ahead and give my Boom Fantasy plays. One
Let's
second here.
Let's do that. And then after you do that, we're going to give away another ticket. We gave one away in Hoops podcast. We're going to give one away for the NFL podcast as well. So if I do call out your name when the randomizer picks somebody, then you just jump on Twitter at DFS Coach Talk is our handle, and DM me your PayPal email. We'll send you that ticket. You can use it on an NFL contest tonight if you like. Okay,
so I'm going to they took one of my plays off the board here. So the first one's going to be Ryan Tannehill under 185.5 passing yards. Like I said, the Packers have allowed 159.6 at home against opponents. And it's going to be cold and windy, so it's going to be even tougher to throw. And then for the Packers, Christian Watson over 43.5 receiving yards. Like I said, I think he's going to have probably somewhere around 70 to 80 tonight. So
Gotcha. Excellent. All right. We're going to hit the randomizer, and somebody's going to win a ticket. Here we go. The winner of the ticket is Garage Junkie Productions. How are you, my friend? Garage Junkie Productions, who I'm looking through here. He said Randall Cobb is a trap at $200. I don't know how much of a trap he is. Just get one catch. But you win anyway, Garage Junkie Productions. And with that ticket, maybe you can play a lineup and fade him. I know that he's going to be massively owned on DraftKings if you use it there.
Let me address that real quick, Coach.
Yeah.
If there's ever anyone that's questionable with the Packers and they play, that means they're 100% healthy, because the Packers probably have the most conservative staff when it comes to injuries in the whole league. So they don't risk, if the guy's not 100%, they're not going to risk it. So
gotcha.
Keep that in mind.
That is a good point. And, he's a veteran too. So, he knows his body, he knows what he's doing out there. So I'm on him. I'll tell you that much. I'm even just plugging him in at captain and being done with it. I mean,
did you want to build, because we were going to do it with Steven. Do you want to do 2 brains?
Sure.
Okay.
I can do that with you on FanDuel.
On FanDuel. Why not?
Okay. Let me dial it up here on FanDuel. An impromptu 2 brains are better than 1. That works for me. NFL, here we go. We're going to get this going. All right. You're Mr. Football, so you can have the MVP 1.5 man here.
Okay. I'll go ahead for the GPP. I'll go ahead and take Aaron Rodgers at MVP.
Okay. I am going to, since I was just touting him, I have to take him. Of course, I'm going Randall Cobb, $7,500.
Okay.
I like the savings.
Christian Watson at 10.5.
Okay. So that gives us 13.5 a man for the last 2 guys. Let's see.
You want to take Henry? Go ahead.
I do want to take Henry if you're okay with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. You got the last guy, $10,000 to spend. You got a lot of options still.
Gonna save some money, that's for sure. Robert Tonyan, 7,000.
Oh, wow. So that leaves 3,000, and there's nothing wrong with leaving money on the table at all. Trust me. When you have these one gamers like this, that's the way to do it. So That's funny. They added Josh Lambeau, the $9,000 kicker, late on FanDuel. That's weird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we have Aaron Rodgers, captain, and then our 4 flex players are Randall Cobb, Christian Watson, Derrick Henry, and Robert Tonyan. And we're leaving $3,000 on the table, which is not a concern for me whatsoever. Maybe that's going to be a takedown lineup. Oh, the one I tried to get in is full. I got to move to a different contest. Everybody's jumping in. So let's get that down. Congratulations again to our ticket winner. And if let's all split a big piece of the pool, hopefully with a takedown lineup here. So
let's do it.
That is it, Crash. Any final words before we get down the road here?
Nope. Just looking forward to watching this game. And then we got 2.5 hours or whatever, 2 hours, I guess, before we're going to post our NBA lineup. So
I know it.
Be keeping an eye on the news from time to time between commercial breaks and stuff like that. So
no doubt about it. Web3, enjoyed you having us join us. Kicker, I'd play, or defense. Yeah, we didn't go any kickers or defense. That's unusual. But yeah, I mean, you certainly can go that route. There's no doubt about it. But it also can backfire either way because you got 2 teams that can score the ball if the weather hangs in there. No doubt about it. Yes, Watson. We like Watson. Everybody likes Watson tonight. I don't think he's as chalky as I thought. I thought he was going to get all that residual from last week.
If he would have been higher owned, I would have went with Lazard, but he's 18% on FanDuel and Lazard is 28. So I like the ownership there.
Yeah. And then a lot of stuff is going to be site specific. I mean, we give out DraftKings and Yahoo as well. Certainly can do a little bit of shifting there. Any other questions on there, Crash?
Would I start Watson over Rondale Moore? Yes, I would.
Got it. All right, my friends. I really appreciate everybody joining us, and hopefully this really helps you take some stuff down tonight. Kept it short and sweet. Steven will be aboard with Crash for these lineups. Play, throw that little 2 brains lineup in something, even if it's a little GPP, and let's try to grab a piece of that. Harry Styles, Captain Henry, and playing both defenses. All right. You can go that route. I mean, if it's going to be low scoring, if it's as windy and cold as it could be, that might be a cool way to go too. There's a lot of different ways you can build it. No doubt about it.
There really is.
All right, my friends. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Congratulations to the winner of the ticket. And I'll be looking for that on Twitter. If you want to join us, dfscoachtalk.com. We would love to have you. Crash and Steven will be there 10:30 a.m. for members only on Sunday to break down the entire 11-game main slate for the NFL. So thank you, Crash. Appreciate it. Good luck to your Packers. Enjoy the game. And we will all see you on Sunday. I'll be watching with you guys as we look to crush it in the NFL, DFS, and Boom Fantasy.